Hi guys, Luca here from Sabre Airsoft with another video on the now infamous VMP2. Though, as you can tell, this one's a bit different. This one is not mine. I've got another guest with me here today. This is Stuart. Say hi, Stuart.
Hi guys.
He's just recently purchased this one second hand. I know the person who was selling it. They are trustworthy, so I don't expect to have any fun surprises in here. Not only that, I've seen the things that they've done to it, the way they've used it, so I know it's actually not been too badly abused. I know them as an owner. They do have a nickname though, and I know he's going to watch this video because he always watches my videos. He's got a nickname of Breaker.
Okay.
And he's got that nickname because for some reason, inexplicably, a lot of the stuff he touches breaks. It's not his fault at all. He just has really terrible luck. Anyway, so you've come here today because you want to learn how to maintain this.
I do.
Cool. And I'm going to use this as a bit of an opportunity as well to show you the kind of things that you should do whenever you get a new replica. Is you should basically give it an initial visual inspection just to see if there's anything unexpected, anything that looks damaged. And in this case, yeah, again, I know the guy who owns it, and it didn't come with a paddle, did it?
No.
Cool. Lucky for you, I do have a spare if you want it.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, cool. We'll sort that in just before the end. Maintaining VMP2. First thing you're going to need is you're going to need to get yourself some of this.
Okay.
Superlube, PTFE. Now, the manufacturer does say on their information sheets, or at least generally, that you should only use silicone oil. Oil is bad because oil moves.
Yeah.
It won't stay where you put it, and it's going to create swarf, and it's just going to increase the wear over time.
Okay.
So instead, PTFE grease, much better. It does mean you have to maintain it more often, though. That's the downside. However, once you know and you see how easy this is, you're going to be like, oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. Again, the owner of this particular VMP2 originally, the one who originally bought it, I do know that he follows that practice because I'm pretty sure I did it for him.
Okay.
On this particular one. I can't quite remember. That was a while ago now. So things you're going to need as well to do this particular one is you're going to need an Allen key set. I just have an iFixit kit because it's got everything I could ever need. We're just going to take off the optic, as that's just going to irritate me and get in the way. Oh, I can never do these enough. There we go. Pop that to one side. You never zeroed that, did you?
No.
No, cool. I can show you how to do that if you want.
Amazing. Yes,
Cool.
please.
It's not a problem. Right then, so once you've got that off and you've got this clean base here, there are two approaches you can take. You can either remove these two body pins first,
Okay.
or you can remove the screw that's back here, or the screw that's here. Yep, he did not opt to get rid of the slop on that, I can tell. So you see how much slop there is there.
Mm-hmm.
That can, at range, make the shots go up and down and up and down and up and down just through the violent action of the blowback. So there's a solution to that. Is either stick a spring under it or stick an O-ring under it. Either works, but we'll do that as well.
Amazing.
So how should we do? What order should we do then? Pick one. Start with them or start with the screws?
Start with screws.
Start with the screws. Cool.
Be brave.
Be brave. I mean, that's the road I normally go down. Now, if memory serves, it's a 4mm bit. Am I right? Oh, I am. How about that?
Yeah.
It's almost like I've taken these things apart lots and lots and lots and lots of times. It might also be why mine's not working anymore. You shouldn't do this too often. At least don't take it apart to the extent I've done mine.
Yeah.
Doing this level should be fine though. Yes, I do. In fact, I shall show you. I do indeed have the same replica. It's fine. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. I'll quickly show you the rest of my arsenal. There you go.
Oh wow.
That's the D variant.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Right. So once those two are out, use something like a magnetic tray or something to keep them organised. Then get yourself a punch of the right size. That'll probably do it. Yep. Then what I use is one of these, bench block.
Okay.
And one of these. You don't always need this. Sometimes you can just push them out. Let's see how well behaved these ones are. Try and do this without scratching up pins. There's that one, that came out nice. And yours, oh, like mine has a tight rear one. So you don't have to take them all the way out. So you see these two indents?
Yeah.
That once means that it's not holding in the trigger assembly. Going again. Oh, it's a little bit stiff because this obviously hasn't been taken apart loads. When it's two, like the second notch, that means that it's going to be holding the trigger assembly in and you don't have to worry about it becoming loose.
Okay.
And then just give the old persuader on the other one. Just gently. Just to get it going. Nope, it's going to be a bit stubborn. Come on. Most of the way there.
It's a bit tight.
It is. Some people have the front one be tight, some have the rear. It's the same on mine with the rear being the tight one. So once you've got it out to that level where it's the second indent, just separate the upper and lower.
Oh wow, okay.
That's how easy it is to separate the two. So we'll have a quick look because as I say, I know this one has been used. The good sign is on the hammer here, you see that it's nice and even wear.
Yeah.
The downside is all this coating has come off, I can see. So that's going to be, we'll come back to that in a second.
Okay.
For now, we're going to focus on this. So this is your nozzle and bolt carrier group in here.
Okay.
And that's what's going backwards and forwards like that. Actually seems quite all right. Yeah, I don't think we need to remove that. So in case you do need to remove it, back there,
yeah,
you just basically need to pull that back, which is the guide rod, and then lift it up. Actually, I think the better way is to unscrew this tiny screw down here,
yeah,
which removes that plate, and it is easier to lift the whole thing up.
Okay.
Whilst you can do that, and it is clearly designed to go in that way, because this is, should be. Yeah, you see that there's a slight angle in between the two arms of it.
Yeah.
So it is clearly designed to go in and then
like slip in.
Yeah. However, it may be better to do it by removing that. But as I say,
So if that screw gets removed, the whole thing comes out?
yeah,
Okay.
it just comes out easy. You can do it in the reverse and pull it back and then lift it out. It's down to whatever's easiest for you, really.
Okay.
Yeah, just making me wonder if doing that repeatedly has caused some issues on mine. I'm not sure. As I say, I have done mine quite a lot. So, next thing I'd say is brush and your super lube. With yours in particular, I can see that it is super even wear. Like, it's really, really even. That's a really good sign.
Okay.
That means I think this is one of those that is quite a good one. Unlike a couple of the others, all of the ones that have reported issues with these, they've had uneven wear, particularly on the hammer. It'll be on the one side.
Okay.
Though with me and a few others who have found this, not been able to confirm the exact final thing that causes that.
Okay.
As I say, you haven't got that on this, so I think you're going to be golden for a good long while.
Good.
So there we go. Grab a bit on your brush, and the points I know that you're going to need it is along here. Come on, there we go. And on the back here, where the hammer rides, and in a normal gas blowback, a very thin coating is all you need. But in these in particular, what we've found collectively is that they need a lot more than you realise.
Okay.
A lot more than is typical, really. So we just put all that along there. And as I say, I can see down there that actually the top part of it is perfectly fine. So we're going to leave that. We're not going to disturb it. Once we've done that, we'll go on to the lower. So the important parts here is the hammer, just along the top here, because that's where the bolt's going to ride. And that's why you can see the shinier spot in the middle.
Yeah.
The other part is along the top here, these two little posts. And then I usually do a bit of a coating, thin coating along here. Ooh. Because the bolt does ride along that area, or at least gets close to it. And it'll just, a thin coating will aid should it come into contact, stop it binding up.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get some down there. The other important part, this here is your knocker arm.
Okay.
See the way you just did that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull the trigger a second. Press that one first. So the reason it did that is because I lifted it past the point that this is holding it. So if I press this is normally what triggers the reset.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's the bolt coming back, hitting that, which triggers that, and then it won't shoot again until this one's depressed, which it does on the return. That's important because if this binds up in here in any way, I'm just going to give that, you can actually see the shelf if you look just in there.
Yeah, just under there.
So if it binds up in any way on those, it's going to just dump gas at you.
Yeah.
So really important that you put plenty in there. And I'm also going to just lift up the hammer. Actually, I'm going to send it forward, lift up the hammer, and then just try and get it underneath a little bit. Just so I can get it into that window where it comes out.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I'm just going to give it an extra inspection here, because as I say, this is a known working one. So I'm going to use this opportunity to just see if I can see anything obvious that's different. For example, I can see that the colour of the knocker is different. So that's interesting. The hammer as well, it's like it was a better batch. It's interesting. That won't make it into the video. That's just me being nosy. Cool, that is it.
Straightforward.
That's all you have to do.
Wow. Okay.
Now do you see why I didn't want to charge you?
I appreciate it.
I don't think it's fair to charge someone to do that. I'd much rather teach you and enable you to do it yourself.
100%.
Which is my entire mission statement, and the reason I do what I do is so that...
Where'd you get this?
That, Amazon.
Yeah.
You can get it on Amazon. Right, so putting it back together.
Okay.
Can you guess?
But reverse order.
Exactly that. Put those two on there.
Yeah.
Now you can try and put the body pins through. Sometimes, some, as I say, will work. Others, you may find that there's a lot of resistance. But in yours, none. Look at that. Easy.
Wow. Okay.
That is the easiest one. I think I just got a lemon. Although, unfortunately, I have spoken to Nuprol and they said, yeah, no, we know what you did to it. No. I was like, yeah, that's fair enough. I can't really argue with that. So
I didn't realise Nuprol made these.
See, a bit of Airsoft
They're the same
fact for you.
company, aren't they?
Yeah, basically, Vorsk isn't a separate company to Nuprol. Vorsk is a brand owned by Nuprol. So if the people who work for Vorsk actually work for Nuprol, but they are working under the Vorsk brand.
Got you.
There we go. Turn them up a bit. Put your charging handle back on. Very quick function test. All good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just going to double check something. So what I'm doing just for the camera, I'm just checking, because again, this is a known working one. I'm just going to check and see if that knocker arm retracts. I'm going to have to try and do this a little bit differently. Whoop. Hold that. There we go, I got it. That side will do. So, yep, as I suspected. So guys, for all the people who have been having trouble. And if you go back through my shorts, you'll see this. I have the problem that is causing this. This doesn't have the problem. If I slowly pull this back, notice that the arm is dropping. It's coming back. Whereas on mine from the get-go, unless I gave it sufficient speed, it didn't do that. So guys, if public service announcement time, if that doesn't go back when moving it slowly, like this, send it back. That's your indicator. How about that?
Okay.
Cool, there we go. That is how you maintain that. And I'll, after the camera stops, we'll dig out the paddle for you.
Amazing.
All right, there we go.
Cool.
So, you know what you're doing now. And for the rest of you guys, there's a basic tutorial for you. And I'll catch you on the next one.